Through the years, we've seen a lot of actors take on iconic roles that define their careers. In live superhero films, we usually associate certain actors with the roles they landed, but in some cases, the animated ones have a different counterpart. For today's video, we'll be listing down actors in the DCEU who have played different characters in both live action and animation, so make sure you tune in to know more. Some well-known actors have portrayed multiple DC Comics characters in both live action and animation, whether in the DCU, DCAU, Arrowverse, or elsewhere. And here's who they are. Starting today's list is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Some fans might not be aware that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson also had a role in the 2022 film DC League of Super Pets, even though he is most known for portraying the titular DC Universe anti-hero in Black Adam. Johnson played Krypto, the super dog, Superman's devoted dog, as well as Black Adam's dog, Anubis, in that animated movie alongside Kevin Hart. His future in these roles is undoubtedly promising, and as sequels are already being developed, his next move should be to have Black Adam battle Superman. Next, we have Aldous Hodge. In 2022, a second Black Adam star will make his animated comic book debut as a brand new hero. In animated form, Aldous Hodge plays Green Lantern John Stewart, while in live action, he plays Hawkman. As the former, he was a notable and welcome addition to the DC Universe. Like Dr. Fate, another JSA member, Hawkman is unquestionably deserving of his own movie. He should at the very least appear in a future Justice League or JSA movie. Hodge served as the title character in Green Lantern Beware My Power, which debuted a week before DC League of Super Pets. Additionally, this movie is a part of the Tomorrowverse, a shared animated film universe. After Hal Jordan's death, John Stewart takes over as the Green Lantern. He is then thrown into the cosmic battle, where he encounters Sinestro, Adam Strange, and ironically, Hawkwoman, the equivalent of Hawkman. Moving forward with the next actor, we have Mark Hamill. Kevin Conroy's admirers, acquaintances, and colleagues all expressed their gratitude for the actor shortly after his passing, including Mark Hamill. Fans of DC Comics adore the Star Wars actor just as much for his portrayal of the Joker in the DCAU and Arkham video games opposite Conroy. His most recent appearance as the Clown Prince of Crime came in a Scooby-Doo and Guess Who episode from 2020. Hamill has a deeper connection to other DC comic villains besides the Joker, but before he made his debut in Batman the Animated Series, Hamill previously portrayed the violent serial killer James Jesse, also known as the Trickster, in the 1990s Flash. Later, he voiced the Joker-like character in other animated shows and even made a live-action comeback in the Arrowverse The Flash series. And now, let's talk about Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk, a master of character acting, appears to have taken over from Mark Hamill as the voice of the Joker. This is only one of his big roles in Harley Quinn, along with Clayface, which is amazing since they sound like they are coming from two separate people. Nevertheless, Tudyk, who has appeared in numerous Disney movies as well as Star Wars, is one of the best voice performers out there. Tudyk played Mr. Nobody, the main adversary during the first season of Doom Patrol on HBO Max. Although the character was fairly threatening due to his reality-warping metahuman skills, he could also break the fourth wall, which added some humor to the part. And now, let's introduce one of DC's ladies, Morena Baccarin. Morena Baccarin is just like Alan Tudyk in some ways. For one, she's also a DC Comics all-star. She portrayed Dr. Leslie Tompkins in Gotham in live-action roles. Comic book readers remember Tompkins as a longtime ally of Batman, Batgirl, and Nightwing. After Bruce's parents passed away, she even acted as a surrogate mother for him. However, the series makes many alterations to her story. In the Son of Batman and Batman Bad Blood movies, Baccarin voiced Talia al Ghul, another significant Batman figure from the DC animated movie universe. In addition, she provided the voices for the Wonder Woman adversary Cheetah in Batman the Brave and the Bold, and Black Canary in Justice League Unlimited. Moving forward with the next talent, we have Michael Rosenbaum. Smallville is still regarded as one of the best Superman efforts, even though Man of Steel and Superman the Animated Series will likely receive the most attention. Its imaginative exploration of Clark Kent's life before donning the iconic blue and red costume is the reason for this. Nevertheless, it also serves as the origin tale for his friend turned greatest nemesis Lex Luthor, played by Michael Rosenbaum. That's the part he's probably still best known for now. In the 2000s, Rosenbaum represented several significant DC Comics characters in addition to Lex Luthor. He provided the Flash's voice in both Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and he continued to do so in many animated and video game adaptations. people might be surprised to learn that he has portrayed numerous DC characters in addition to Luthor and the Flash, such as Deadshot, Vigilante, and Deadman. Are you shocked at the number of DC characters who have multiple roles in this franchise? Keep watching because we have a few more on today's list. Continuing with the list, we have Matt Bomer. Currently, Matt Bomer is a member of the Doom Patrol ensemble cast. He portrays pilot Larry Trainer, also known as Negative Man, a mummified character with strong radioactive energy abilities. While Matthew Zook portrays Negative Man's bandaged body, it's vital to remember that Matt Bomer voices the character and frequently appears in his flashbacks to life before the disaster. In a sneak preview episode of Titans, he and the group made their debut as the protagonist. Bomer is one of the leading actors in DC's Tomorrowverse, just like Aldous Hodge, first in Justice Society World War II, and then shortly after in Legion of Superheroes. He provided the voice of the Flash. Moving on to the next actor, today's list also includes Nathan Fillion. Another actor associated with Firefly is Nathan Fillion, who has performed as several entertaining DC characters in both live action and animation. He voiced Green Lantern Hal Jordan in many animated films in the 2010s, and his most recent performance was in the 2019 DC AMU film Reign of the Supermen. As a result, he is most frequently associated with Hal Jordan. He most recently joined the DC Universe in the Suicide Squad as TDK, the Detachable Kid, better known to comic book readers as Arm Fall Off Boy. He participated in the startling opening scene that resulted in the deaths of the majority of the first team, including Captain Boomerang, Blackguard, and Mongol. It's interesting that TDK is said to have survived, which is fantastic, because they shouldn't use a talented actor like Fillion on a role that minor, especially when he's portraying such an odd character. There may be potential for a future Suicide Squad spin-off for TDK because of the popularity of that movie, Peacemaker, and James Gunn's position as CEO of DC Studios. Also on today's list is Jensen Ackles. While the MCU and DCU rule the big screen, superhero television is genuinely dominated by shows like The Boys, especially in the most recent season, with the arrival of Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. Although Supernatural may be the project for which he is most known, he also has a long association with DC Comics. He played Jason Teague, a football coach who also had a contentious relationship with Lana Lang in the 4th season of Smallville's main cast. In terms of other superheroes, Ackles, who acted in the 2-part movie Batman: The Long Halloween, is now the voice of Batman in DC's Tomorrowverse. He'll be back in Legion of Superheroes as well. In the animated movie Batman Under the Red Hood, which IMDb lists as one of the top Batman movies, he also played Red Hood, who made his cinematic debut. And the last one for today's list is none other than Darren Criss. Of course, Superman, this time portrayed by Darren Criss, is the other well-known character in DC's Tomorrowverse. He debuted in Superman Man of Tomorrow, which takes place in the year 2020, explaining the character's beginnings in this new shared world. Like the others, he is scheduled to make a comeback in Legion of Superheroes, which introduces Superman's cousin, Supergirl. Criss previously provided the voice of Raphael in Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before this began. It was amazing to see Criss make an appearance in the Arrowverse as the antagonist, the Music Meister, considering he is best recognized for his musical abilities on Glee and Broadway. His visit was a delightful Glee reunion involving Grant Gustin, Melissa Benoist, and The Flash and Supergirl in a musical crossover. So, what's our takeaway from today's video? Well, it's none other than the fact that DC knows how to utilize its talents. On November 10th, the world of superheroes lost one of its very best when Kevin Conroy died. The voice actor is a DC Comics legend, having played Batman in the DC animated universe and various video games. His work on Batman, the animated series, and Justice League cemented him as the one true and definitive Batman, surpassing Michael Keaton and Christian Bale. After nearly 30 years behind the microphone as Batman, he finally got to play the role in live action as part of the 2019 Arrowverse crossover, Crisis on Infinite Earth. This places him in a select group of actors who have portrayed DC characters in both live action and animation. While Kevin Conroy played the same character in both, others have played various major characters in both mediums, whether in massive franchises like the DC Universe or independent films and television shows like Harley Quinn. For now, we're watching what the DCEU intends to do, especially since there's an outcry from fans after they announced that Henry Cavill is Superman no more. But we'll leave that story for another time. And on that note, we're ending today's video with the list of DC actors who played different roles in in both live action and animated roles. Did we miss any actors on today's list? If we did, tell us which actors should be included in today's list in the comments section below. Thanks for watching today's video, and before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. See you next episode.